Little Nightmares 2 might be over, Toddler Studios might have left the studio, but the discussion has just begun. What is up, SmackNPie? SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Little Nightmares 2 video on the channel. Today we're specifically going to discuss Little Nightmares 2 DLC. Now, I have made a video on the Ghost Child before this one where I discussed the potential of this character being in upcoming DLC. However, I have come up with some more stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. We're just gonna jump straight into it, starting off with the comics for Little Nightmares 2. Now, we know there are a couple of stories, but only 3 of them actually stand out. Number 1, the Toddler from the wilderness, aka the forest. Number 2, the Spoon Girl from Hospital, by far one of my favorite stories in Little Nightmares as a whole. And number 3 is the fat kid from the school, which has far more solid case in there because we actually never killed teacher. But why am I talking about this? For one specific reason. Ladies and gentlemen, you might have known this, but all the kids that you see in Little Nightmares comics, Little Nightmares 2 comics, actually have fleshed out models in game files. They were supposed to be in there, they were supposed to be featured in the campaign, but they didn't. However, their files, models can be found in game files. There are actually sequences that can be found in the game files that is not in actually the main game. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Little Nightmares 2's Twitter account is actually going around and replying cryptically to some fans. Like, we have an example here with Toxically saying, we have so much things to discover, but you guys are moving IPs. Why? Y'all remember we reported here that they're moving on because Toddler Studios is owned by Embrace Group and Bandai Namco owns Little Nightmares IP, and Embracer and Bandai Namco, they would have had IP licensing issues. So the parent company of Toddler Studios, who are the developers of Little Nightmares, they were like, nah, you can move on to new IP. But Little Nightmares 2 responded with, are we? Implying that, are we done with Little Nightmares? And they said, interesting. We know they are actually working on Little Nightmares 2 PS5 and Xbox Series X edition, aka next gen upgrade. So there is 110% chance that we will get something else besides the next gen upgrade. Now, with that being said, this actually proves that yes, there is more Little Nightmares content coming up from Toddler Studios for Little Nightmares 2. So now we get to a little bit theoretical side. 3 DLCs that can potentially end up happening. Number 1 is the hospital. So the original 3 DLCs that we've got in the first Little Nightmares, because the game actually happened on the ship, it was a little bit tough for the developers to make 3 stories out of that, but they did a fantastic job, and I don't think any other DLC can top those DLCs. However, they have so much to share here because we didn't get to explore many of the areas. We didn't get to explore school that much, we didn't get to explore hospital that much. I feel like I've been left out of hospital a lot. So you've seen glitches in these locations. What if Spoon Girl, Toddler, and Fat Child are your 3 DLCs in hospital, forest, specifically forest, because a lot of people feel like they've been left out of forest because that was a very small sequence, and school with Fat Child, all introducing to their monsters, respective monsters, and the things that they do. Each DLC revealing extra information about Signal Tower and Thin Man and how they became victim and got preyed on or upon by the Thin Man himself. There is no glitch or soul to save inside Signal Tower. You can find that when you're selecting the chapters. So whatever secret is hidden inside Signal Tower, it's probably gonna stay that way. However, I feel like each of these DLCs will reveal something sinister, something major, something huge related to Signal Tower and the things that they are doing. Now, obviously, when we talk about story explanation overall, what does Little Nightmares mean, and what does the story and universe revolves around, and what is the commentary and deep message, we can come up with many others. There are fantastic videos out there by Tech, by Mike, by Gaming Beaver. You can check all of them out. I would have my own interpretations of those very soon, so stay tuned with that channel, but I would leave you here. Do let me know, what do you feel about the models of those childs that we've seen the stories of in the comics not being used in the main campaign, as well as some other locations that weren't used there? And also, do you feel like there was always this feeling whilst you were playing Little Nightmares 2 that there's so much that you didn't get to explore that was there? So many locations, so many story elements, so many plot beats, whatever. I will leave you to discuss down in those comments below. Subscribe right now, help me get to 75,000k, and I'll see you in the next video. Did I just say 75,000k? I meant 75k, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and peace.